Here are my top 6 things that I am looking forward to. Well, number 1, look, top 10 USC against the 20th ranked Utah Utes. So what are we looking forward to in this ballgame? Well, of course, there's the stars. There's Caleb Williams, absolute rock star. And how about Cam Rising? At one time, did you know that Cam Rising was committed to Oklahoma and Lincoln Riley's a quarterback? Decommitted, went to Texas, transferred from Texas, and now he's leading Utah. And they still have a chance to get back to the Pac-12 title, even though they have 2 losses. Well, to do that, they got to win Saturday night. And I think for Utah, they got to slow down USC. How do they do it? Do they play man coverage? Is Clark Phillips following Jordan Addison or Mario Williams? How healthy is USC and Jordan Addison? On the flip side, Utah's offensive front, you better account for Tuli Pelotu, because over the weekend, he was an absolute game wrecker. There's a lot of storylines that will develop as we get closer to kickoff. But bottom line, this is a championship environment. Number 2, I'm excited. I'm going to homecoming in Seattle. The Washington Huskies host Jed Fish and the Arizona Wildcats on the Pac-12 Networks. Now, this is a bounce-back opportunity for both teams. Let's talk about Arizona. They struggled throwing the football. Their strength against the Oregon Ducks. Washington has struggled defending the pass due to so many injuries in the back end and their secondary. How healthy is UW? What's the bounce back quality like for Arizona? Jaden DeLora, Jacob Cowington, Terrell McMillan. They got a lot of talented players that are used to making plays down the field. I anticipate Arizona taking shots early and often in this game. Speaking of taking shots, Michael Penix took one that scared all of us in terms of the end of the Arizona State game. Thankfully, he's okay. And what he does best is push the ball down the field. And Arizona has struggled stopping anyone this season, most notably Bo Nix in Oregon a week ago. So I think this game is going to be points. It's going to be offense. Number 3, it might surprise you a little bit, but I can't wait to see Colorado's juice against a Cal team. Both teams coming off a bye. It sounds like Jack Plummer will be healthy, and we know what's gone on at Colorado. Mike Sanford is the interim head coach. Now, he's been a head coach before, and he's learned from that experience. So now, having a week and a half or so to prepare, he even went on the road recruiting. How does he have his team prepared for this game? You can't add players in a bye week, but you can change their mentality. They change practice habits. What's the scheme going to be like? Justin Wilcox addressed that earlier this week, and he said, look, they're going to change something. We don't know what it is, but we have to focus on us, because this is a Cal team that offensively, they need to get right in this game. They have to score points, and they have to protect. A lot is on the line in this ball game, and I can't wait to see the energy from both of these teams, notably Colorado, after a coaching change and a bye. Number 4, I'm going Washington State against Oregon State. Did you know that Jonathan Smith has never beaten Washington State as the head coach at Oregon State? Is this that time? And for Jake Dickert, he's got to get his team to bounce back after a really tough loss in LA to USC. They were in that game. They left it on the grass. It was so competitive. Now they got to bounce back on the road. And for the Beavs, they stopped a 2-game skid. They got a crazy wild finish win against Stanford. But who's going to play quarterback for them? It's going to be a big part of this ball game, because Washington State is very active on the defensive front. My eyes will be all over that. This veteran O-line of the Beavs against a veteran defensive front 7 of the Cougs. How that plays out, I think, will be the ball game. On the flip side, Cameron Ward. How do you deal with the movement of Trent Bray's defense? They're going to change the look. They're going to change the picture. You're going to have to be on it for the offense of Washington State to move the ball. Number 5 for me is Stanford. They go on the road to play Notre Dame. You know the history behind this game. There's so many powerful moments. You never really know how the ball is going to bounce, what play is going to be called, and which player will emerge. And here's Stanford, who is desperately in need of a win. They dominated the majority of their game against Oregon State, played their most complete game up until the last 24 seconds, where chaos ensued and a play that will go down in history ended up happening. How does David Shaw get his team to bounce back? Well, the good thing for Stanford is they have Tanner McKee. The other one they have is Michael Wilson. And then defensively, we saw them play their most aggressive football of the season, bringing pressure, changing coverages, blitzing. They're going to have to do the same thing against a Notre Dame team that wants to run the football and set up the play action pass. If Stanford can stop the run, they'll have a chance to upset Notre Dame on the road in what we know is always a classic matchup. And finally, the 6th thing that I am most looking forward to this weekend, well, it involves 2 of the 3 teams that have a bye this weekend in Pac-12 football, Oregon and UCLA. They don't play, which means we get to talk about that matchup next weekend in Eugene for a full 2 weeks. Dan Lanning's got Oregon playing at such a high level. Chip Kelly has his UCLA team playing the best football, I think, in the Pac-12 over the last 2 weeks. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Heisman candidate. Bo Nix, Heisman candidate. Defenses, they're elevating as well. There are so many storylines. And oh, by the way, did we remember that Chip Kelly used to coach? And he did it at a really dramatic level of success at Oregon? Yes, we will be talking about those storylines for a full 2 weeks, and I'm here for all of it.